everyone, this is Amanda at Amanda's Booktopia. If you're new here, welcome, and if not, welcome back. And today I am here with a dark romance vlog. So I have 3 books I will be reading. So I have Ruthless Creatures by J.T. Geisinger, Her Soul to Take by Holly LaRue, and Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. Those 3 books will be included in this vlog. I originally did not know what I was going to read until I spun my wheel, and then when it chose one of my dark romance books, I'm like, cool, I'm starting my vlog. So first, I will be starting with Ruthless Creatures by J.T. Geisinger, and I am so excited to start this book. All I know is that there's mafia, and that's really about it. All I know is that it's a dark mafia romance. And I'm down for a good mafia romance. 'Cause, like, mafia is probably one of my favorite subgenres of romance. I don't read a lot of it, at least not in a while. So I'm excited to get back into it and see what this one's all about. J.T. Geisinger has become one of my favorite authors. So I am so excited to finally dive into this one. So I'm going to go get some reading in, and I'll come back to you guys later with an update. Hi everyone, it is now Sunday, 1:40 in the morning. Just a little while ago, I did finish Ruthless Creatures. I was going to do an update earlier, and I don't know why I didn't. I think, like, the other day, I was just kind of in the mood to color, so I spent a lot of time on Happy Color and didn't read. And I only just picked it back up, like, Saturday evening, and decided to just finish it. So, finally, I finished Ruthless Creatures. My thoughts. Well, I did not have much fun with this one, unfortunately. I love this author. However, I feel like this was marketed wrong. It's marketed as a dark romance. This really should be erotica. There was so many spicy scenes in this book. I was skipping spicy scenes to get to the plot. I don't normally do that. I usually don't mind. However, this was just packed full of spicy scenes, and I mean, I don't mind them sometimes. I really don't. But this was like full on almost erotica with very, very little plot. And I was not loving it. And I did not like that it's so insta-lovey. And some of the decision making on both their parts. What's her name again? I forget. Natalie, that's her name. Natalie and Cage. I got issues with these 2 characters. However, I love Sloane. I feel like Sloane saved this book for me in a lot of ways. And I will continue the series because I want to read Sloane's book. That's the only reason why I want to continue on. If it was anybody else, I really would not continue the series. However, I did not really like this book all that much, besides Sloane. I had so many issues with their decision making and there being not enough plot for me. And when there was some plot, it was real predictable. And it's after I finally got all my thoughts together, after thinking about it, I think I'm going to land on a 2-star. Because Sloane gives it an extra star. It would have been a 1-star if it wasn't for Sloane. So, yeah. 2 stars. I get why people love this book so much. I understand the hype. However, it just wasn't really for me. I just feel like it was marketed wrong. And for that reason is why I'm on a 2-star. So, this is my weakest book from this author so far. Even Perfect Strangers, I had more of a fun time with in this one. But now we are going to move on to our next book in this vlog. And that is Her Soul to Take by Holly LaRue. This I am excited for. I have heard amazing things about this one. And I know pretty much nothing. So I'm going in completely blind. And I am so excited to start. I'll probably read a little bit. Don't know how much I'm going to read tonight. Whatever I don't read, I will read later, because my mom and my grandma are coming to see me for my birthday. My birthday's not till Wednesday, but because it's a weekday, my mom's got to work. It's better for them to come on the weekend, so I'm going to spend Sunday with them when they come. But when I am home, I will be reading this book, and I am so excited to see what my thoughts are going to be on this one. So I'm going to get started and at least read a little bit now, so I will catch up with you guys later. It is now Tuesday, June 10th, and it's like 3-something in the morning. I couldn't sleep. However, I need to talk about Her Soul to Take. So it took me a few days to want to pick this up for the most part. The beginning was very interesting, and there is some stuff that I was into. However, things happened between the two main characters, Leon and Ray, and I am just not invested. I could not connect to these characters. In fact, I kind of despise them a little bit, to be honest with you guys. And I'm really having a hard time with this one. Even more so than Ruthless Creatures. Ruthless Creatures was at least interesting enough for me to actually want to read through the whole book. This, unfortunately, did not. It had some very interesting paranormal elements that I was interested in. However, we don't get very much of that. And the plot's super slow, and it's very insta-lovey. And I did not want an insta-love story here. I really wanted this to be more of a slow burn. I'm thinking I'm not in my dark romance era right now. I'm not loving dark romance. And I DNF'd this at page 244. Like, I was skipping pages just to get to the dialogue, and that's how I knew this was not the book for me. And I really do not want to continue the series, so I'm probably just gonna give this away. It's not the book for me, and that's very sad, but unfortunately, just not the one. However, we will attempt to try our next one, which is Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. Everyone has been telling me how amazing this one is, and so many people have been giving this 5 stars. So I'm hoping I save the best for last, and then this will be better than the first 2 books. I'm really crossing my fingers on this one. I really want this to be a good one. And that I'm worried that these dark romances will put me into a slump. So I have not been wanting to read nearly as much since I started this vlog. And maybe I'm just because I'm more in a thriller mood or romantic-y, not so much dark romance. But I will give this a shot, and hopefully I will love it like everybody else. And we will see what happens. Because of how late it is, I don't know if I'm going to start reading right now. I might for maybe just a little bit. But we will see how it goes, and I will keep you guys updated. So hopefully I'll have something for you guys a little bit later. So see you all then. It is now about 9:40 in the morning on Wednesday, June 11th. Officially my birthday. I am now 35. Weird, right? So hard to believe that time just flies like that. Like, how did I get to be 35 already? It's crazy. Anyways, I have an update on Lights Out for you guys. So I did finish this last night. I think I finished it at around 2:30 in the morning, somewhere around there. And I have thoughts. So I felt like this really was very promising. There were parts that I felt like could have been expanded upon and touched on a little bit more, like with the trauma with both Allie and Josh. I felt like they could have gone deeper into that and get more characterization. I felt it was very surface level for the most part, very light. I mean, it is dark romance, but it was very light on the dark aspect for me. I felt like it was more, I feel like this is marketed wrong. This is more erotica than actual dark romance. I didn't really feel like it was a dark romance book in my opinion. Like, it had some really good points, like in getting into the trauma a little bit, and I wanted more of that. I wanted more. I didn't really feel the chemistry as much as I wanted to. I felt like if they dove deeper into their past and really brought them together in that aspect, that would have made this so much better. And I felt like the author didn't really do that. And the first half was very, very surface level. Second half was a lot better, but it still felt as if something was missing. Like, it didn't really end on a bang. And it was very, like, I didn't hate it and I didn't love it. I just felt like so much more could have been done that wasn't done. So, unfortunately, this was more of a 3-star, but at least it was better than the last 2 books. Like, Her Toll to Take was a DNF. Ruthless Creatures was 2 stars. This one was 3 stars, which is better than the other ones, for sure. Because it had some moments in this one that I felt like we were going somewhere, and then it didn't really go there. It could have gotten a lot darker and deeper, and I just felt like it didn't get to that point for me. Like, so much more, like, could have been dealt with, and I felt like it would have been a better book if it was. It just, like I said, surface level, and in the middle of the book, there's something revealed about Allie's family that really threw me for a loop. And not in a good way. I felt like it was kind of throwaway. Like, it didn't make sense to me. Like, it just kind of appeared out of nowhere, out of left field. So that's another reason why I felt that seemed very odd. But the last half of the book was at least a little bit more action-packed than the first half. There was so much more that could have been worked on in this, and it would have been better for me. Unfortunately, I landed smack dab in the middle on a 3-star, because I did enjoy when they did touch on the aspects of their past. I just felt like it could have dug deeper to really make it good. So unfortunately, even though it was better than the last 2 books, it's right smack dab in the middle. And that's the end of this dark romance vlog. I'm guessing dark romance is just not where I'm really enjoying right now. And normally I like dark romance. Or maybe it's the books. I don't know. I do enjoy a good dark romance. It's not that I don't. I just felt like these 3 books could have been a lot better. And they just didn't jive well with me. Which is sad, because I really wanted to love these books, because there's so much hype around them. And I wanted to love them as much as everybody else does. Unfortunately, it just wasn't my speed. But doesn't mean I'm not going to read another dark romance. I might just wait for a while before I go into another one. Only because I think this vlog almost put me into a slump. Almost. Lights Out was a little bit of a saving grace, at least. It was a little bit better the first 2. So at least it pulled me back out and wanted to keep reading other books. Dark romance is gonna have to wait a while. Because right now I'm really into thrillers and fantasy romance. So I might just focus my time on that a little bit more, and we'll go back into dark romance another time. But I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you did, give me a huge thumbs up. If you're not feeling chatty and you want to leave me something in the comments, leave me a skull emoji for Lights Out. This was the best book out of the 3. And I hope you want to stick around for more bookish content. If you do, make sure you smash that subscribe button down below. And I'll see you all in the next one.